This sandwich recipe is a must-have for every family and every home. I assure you that you're gonna make this every day once you try it for the first time, because it's just mind-blowing. So watch the video. Let's go. So the first thing that I did was to chop my onions and the cucumber. This is just self-explanatory because you all know what I'm using. And here I'm sprinkling my oil on my pan, allowed it to, simmer a little bit before I added the onions inside of it, turned it, allowed it to soften a little bit before I added my shredded, carrots, chilies, pepper, and oyster sauce. This oyster sauce boosts flavors in onions. You can try that and you're going to be happy that you did. I'll show you that. And the next thing is I added ketchup inside of this. Tomato ketchup. It is a Heinz product. It's a very good one. So this Heinz ketchup is gonna add sweetness in this sandwich. Okay, so while you're eating it, you're just gonna feel very happy that you're eating this. It's not going to be just cheese and all that. You're just going to eat cheese or also taste something that's sweet as well. So you can see the outcome of that. So now I started to chop my cabbage into tiny little pieces, because I'm going to put this cabbage inside the bread, because I don't want a situation whereby I put a cabbage and it's popping out of the bread. So that's why I'm chopping it into chop pieces like this. Okay. So after I chop my cabbage, I put it on a plate, because I'm just going to keep this thing until I'm done and ready for that. Then on another, non-stick pan, I rub my butter on it, okay, before I started placing my bread. I just want to make the bread to be a bit crispy, okay, before I started adding the fillings inside of there. I just don't want this to be just soft bread and all that, because the inside is going to be soft. So I need the outside of this sandwich to be a bit crispy. Okay, so that once you place your butter and your bread on a pan and you leave it to heat up a little bit, and your bread is going to become crispy. So I love to do this all the time because it's giving me 100% of what I want. So I also was rubbing this butter on top of this, so I turned it. Okay, you can see the brownish part of that. So after that, in another plate, I added my 2 eggs, a little bit of salt. Okay, so I turned this before I started to fry this, because I'm going to put the egg inside of the sandwich as well. So in my non-stick pan, I sprinkled a little bit of oil that I'm going to use to fry my egg. And I'm frying my egg like this. Look at that. Okay, look at the bubbles and the beautiful nature of how eggs, pops up. And this is my hot dog. I'm just going to slice this. Okay, 1 into 3. Okay. So I'm going to place this as well inside it, because I'm not using meat. So this can serve as a little bit of, meat tissues inside the sandwich. Okay, so that's why I'm using it. So I've already placed my egg on top of the my bread on top of the egg. Sorry that I did not video the part where I did that, but you can see what I did. So after that, I just flipped it over before I started adding my cabbage. This is the cabbage that I'm adding to this. Okay, so after I finished adding my cabbage, this is the cheese. Yeah, in this part of the world, this is the kind of cheese that we have here. So, but I'm grateful to God for that. Okay, so this was the onions, carrot, and the sauce that I made earlier. So I placed it on top of that. Placed my cucumber slices as well. Okay, and also the hot dog slices. I said like 3. I'm using 3 for 1, because I made 2 sandwiches. So I chopped the egg of the edge of the egg off. You can just fold it if you want to. The second one, I folded it. Okay, the thing is, I just forgot that I needed to fold it, so that's why I had to cut it out. Doesn't mean that the best one is not to fold. So I covered it so that the cheese will melt. The first one over there, it was folded, but this one I had to remove the excess edges. Okay, so look at it. Look at all beautiful. Look at the inside of that. Please like my video. I'd really appreciate that. It's going to encourage me. Give me a thumbs up, comment, and share. Okay, thank you for watching. Look at how beautiful the state is. You taste this, you make this every day, because it's very easy and very fast to make. Thank you all. Love you.